that time again. Oh, yeah. I know I like to do these on weekends, if not by at least Fridays. I just, my cousin and I were, I like to do these on weekends. My cousin and I were opening our own stuff on Friday, trying to get the slivers and all that good stuff. But figured if I'm able to get one more box, that one I'll do on stream. And was lucky enough to pick one up, basically due to the hole in the back. Somebody was a little less than pleased with the damaged goods, so I was able to snag it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it damaged any of the cards or anything like that, so it doesn't really bother me none. I know other people, they take that. I don't know if it's like because they feel like it's a bad omen, or if they do think like there's a chance that the cards aren't 100% mint. But whatever the case, when there's literally just going to be one print of cards, why not go all the way? Just don't say no. Hopefully everyone had a nice weekend. If you are into Magic the Gathering and you were lucky enough to pull some Time Spiral, hopefully you were able to grab some good stuff out of there. Let's see. It's about as close as I want to be able to get while moving these. Grape shot. Keep it. Yeah, that's about right. I know there's basically four types of rarities in this set. Yeah, Harmonize. I do need some of that. Shivan Meteor, Cork Dirge. You got your commons, uncommons, then you got rares, then you got your old art cards. And I don't know if you could tell, but it's like a weird little like pinkish. But yeah, there's some great cards in Mythic, a few in Rare, and a good handful of nice little like reprints. All the stuff is reprint actually. I don't think anything's supposed to be new. I didn't play when Time Spiral originally started, so a lot of this is just great stuff for me. It's fun seeing stuff like Kavus though, because those are old. I can't. I could be wrong. I think they're older than Slivers. Ooh, love that. Gotta love the special lands. Genzo Dungeon Warden. Not terrible. Ooh, and I got a hollow. Hollows are fun. I could have. I must have done this wrong. There it is. There's the third uncommon. I know I've been doing too many Flesh and Blood pack openings, so my pacing is a little off. Biggest thing for me is I love any kind of packs that do not have lands. So only real exception is Jumpstarts, because those kind of need to come with lands, since any two of them basically makes a 40 card deck, and it's meant to just um, open up two packs, play with another person opened up two packs, and you're just immediately in the game. So Domin's Veto, counter target spell, counter target. This can't be countered, counter target non creature spell. Not terrible. I'm okay with that. But when you got stuff like for the millionth core expansion, and they have starter decks everywhere, and well, now they have commander decks everywhere. But you have lands in every single pack. You're just like you're wasting so much cardboard. Like if you open a box, that's 36 new lands you did not need, not at all. And if you're like a card shop, you just have just you got to be flooding it after a while. Just it's ridiculous. Creatures you control are slivers in addition to their other creature types. That's pretty funny. This is what is this? A Johnny Pridesmaid. Whenever you gain life, get a plus one. Oh, it's a hollow Ajani Pridesmaid. That's cool. I don't think that's worth anything, but we'll see. I think I was missing one from one of my decks anyways, so this will replace it pretty easily. I didn't know that Pridesmaid got a old frame. I think a friend of mine is. She's a really big fan of a Johnny, and actually has like multiple cat decks and stuff. So maybe she'll take good care of it. More slivers, 4 days. Jaya Ballard, fun times. Disdainful stroke. And a foil swamp yard. That's cool. Regenerate insects and all that. Man, I know I have. There it is. Gotta get my sleeves. I knew I had sleeves. Just I'm doing this a little late at night. I just finished some League of Legends, so I'm not as set up as I usually am for these. Foil Johnny Bridesmaid. I have everything kind of off camera. There we go. Here's my 2 foils. My 2 rare foils. Rare or better foils. I know some of the reprint stuff went kind of crazy for their foils. Like I've seen some like 40-cent commons or 40-cent rares basically get reprinted in that like old art, and people kind of pay like $40 for some of those foils right now, which I think is pretty awesome. Non-basic lands or mountains. Evolutionary Leap. Some of these cards I'm not 100% sure aren't worth anything. Like I think Evolutionary Leap is one of them. That's pretty good. Reveal top card of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that into your hand and the rest of the bottom of your library. That's not terrible. For a 2-cost enchantment, I feel like that's actually decent. Think twice. More slivers. Plasmas. Give slivers poisonous. I find that to be amazing. Harmonize. I know I definitely needed more harmonizes because I didn't have almost any for my decks. Oh shit. I know Pact of Negation is up there. I don't think it really needs a sleeve, but I want to do it anyway. Like a 0-cost counterspell that you later have to pay for, that's not bad. Instant and sorcery spells cost 1 less. Whenever you cast a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. It's kind of cool. I don't feel like that's an insanely expensive card, but I'll put it in a sleeve anyway. It's so hard for me to tell the difference between the new rarity and uncommon though. That like lightish pink and all that. Like rares are pretty easy. Mythics, it just depends on how much white is in the back of the card, like in the back of the rarity symbol. Like white and black, that's easy to tell. But then when you get to like orange and pink with the white background on the thing, it's just obnoxious to me. Got their keep. I pulled one of those earlier. They're not bad. Become immense, delve, and another hollow. Getting a lot of hollows. I'm liking it. Hollows instead of tokens. Nothing to be angry about on that front. But I think, as I mentioned in the comments, and I mentioned before, the biggest thing we're looking for is the storm. I do love that. The Sliver Overlord. It's the Sliver 5/5, one for every color, one of every color. Every sliver gets +1/+1 for every other sliver you control, or every other sliver in play. It just makes them all so much more obnoxious to deal with. Reclamation Sage, not a bad card. We opened 2 boxes, 1 each, and didn't pull it. We didn't pull a lot of stuff. Like I want Damnation. He needs the Sliver Overlord. I think there was like 1 or 2 other cards. I think there was 1 card I wanted that he pulled. And then 1 card like our local shop owner wanted that he pulled. But for the most part, yeah, I didn't get any of the big ticket items. Then again, for a lot of people, Termagoyf is a high valued card. So Slaughter is not bad. Secret Plans is pretty cool, but I don't think it's fantastic. It's a card I like to use, but a lot of other people, they don't really care for it. Face down cards are not the most popular, but it is nice. I do like the transform and stuff like that. Oops. Well, you can't see it, but I'm putting tokens face down out of just habit. Slivers. I'm going a little bit too quick for the camera, I think, to adjust. Just kind of a bummer, but I know what a lot of these are. Well, a lot of the commons uncommons, because I pulled a bunch of them. Storyteller, cool. Dismember, okay. Skittering Monstrosity. That's not the worst card. when you sacrifice a creature, when you cast a creature spell, sacrifice this. So it's a 5/5 for 5 that kills itself when you play a creature. I'm sure there's reasons people would want to use that, but not me. Horrible Trickster. Search for tomorrow. But I'm definitely looking forward to like Modern Horizons 2 and some of that other great stuff that's just outside of reach. Just out of reach. Restoration Angel. Enters the battlefield when you exile target non-angel creature you control, then return to the battlefield under your control. That's not bad. I definitely feel like I could use one or two of those. Loving like flicker effects and things of that nature. Snap back. You may exile blue card from your hand rather than playing this. Return target creature. Yeah. Free cards are chill. I don't run any of those in Commander though. Just not really my pacing. Ith, High Arcanist. Untap target attacking thing. Cool. Monastery, Swift Spear. I feel like if I do make another modern deck, I need to start putting those in there. Pulled 2 or 3 of her now. I think I had 1 or 2 of her when she first came out, but I didn't really need them, so I traded them away. Because I wasn't too into Standard, and I definitely didn't play Modern. I didn't even start playing Modern until like 2 years ago. I would have said 1 year ago, but everyone knows COVID happened, so everything gets bumped by a year. Extirpolate. Split second. Choose a creature card from your on a basic line. Search for. That's chill. Slime hook. Stowaway. Create a 1/1 suffering token. That's not the worst. Riddle Lightning. Legendary creature Fungus. Green black for 3. I almost feel like I have to make another Commander deck just to fit a bunch of these. But I have nowhere to really put another Commander deck. I have a box with like 5 of them already. Angel's Mercy and Manifold Key. And again, I threw one of my uncommons up over here. There it is. Oop. Split second, sudden shock. 2 damage to any target. It's not terrible. Definitely as a way to stop some combos from happening. Or not really fully stop, but like just slow them down. Be like, okay, stop this interaction and everything just has to resolve now. Well, as long as your stuff kills things, I guess, is the bigger issue. Sarah Avenger. You can't cast a spell during your first, second, or third turns of the game. 2 costs for a 3/3 flying vigilance. Leyline of the Void. That's not the most expensive card, but it is higher up there than some of the others that I've seen. Like I definitely pulled like a lot of jank my first box. I think the best thing that I've pulled so far right now, other than maybe 1 or 2 of these hollows, is that first land that I pulled. The one that's like comes into play as a copy of anything that's in play, any land that's in play. Definitely fun if you copy someone's command tower, then you play your own command tower. Hollow Dead Ship Reef. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. If you control the planeswalker, each opponent also discards a card. So for 2, each opponent sacrifices a creature, and you can also make people discard if you play Liliana. That's not bad at all. I don't play with too many Lilianas though, and if I do have a Liliana on the field, it's usually one thing that people try to blow up really quick. She has too many cool effects. That's usually the thing though, is people always try to blow up planeswalkers, but there are some that are just like, this is beyond priority. Let's everybody pay attention. Creatures with no abilities have +2/+2. It's good for tokens. Come on. I'm a little less than a third away from wrapping up, and I need to get that freaking sliver, dude. I don't think I've pulled even like a rare sliver in this box. Okay, Summoner's Pact. Not terrible, but not what we're looking for. Lava Spike. Okay. I mean, to go search for a green creature for free and then put it in your hand. Or put it in the top of your library, sorry, not on your hand. I started with the back on this one, that was dumb. Ethereal Armor, +1/+1 for each enchantment you control, and it has first strike. And then Cloud City, Cloud Key. Okay. Well, everyone knows these are not going to be great. All the commons. Commons. Uncommons. Firewake Sliver. Slivers have haste and can sacrifice to give other slivers buffs. Yeah, 10 o'clock seems late for me to be opening stuff. Having to actually think about things after 10 o'clock, that's terrible. That's not what I'm all about. That's supposed to be the wind down. Think less. Do less. Magus of the Future. Play with top part of your library. Reveal you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. So you could almost do anything. In fact, lands and cast spells. I think that is like legit everything that you're allowed to do. Oh, non-basic that counts as an island. That's awesome. Boosh. I almost went from back to front again. Way to ruin the suspense. Oh. Almost skipped all my uncommons again. Phantom Word. Sacrifice is permanent. Yep, honestly. Walk of the Aeons, nothing great. Stinkweed Imp. Dredged 5. At the very least, this gives me a lot of different stuff to put into new decks that I wouldn't have ever thought about. But when you literally buy packs for a specific card because it's ridiculously expensive to buy on its own, but you don't land it. Ooh. Each land counts as each land is a swamp addition to silver types. Fun times. I think I have a base one of her already. And then a Draining Relk. Flash flying, enters the battlefield, enters the battlefield, counter target spell. Put all ones on it for that spell's converted mana cost. A 6 cost counter spell though is pretty high. But I'd have to see. There might be a commander. I know there's a commander that's like every time you cast a spell with X in its name or X in its mana cost, you put in XX Hydra into play. Then that would be fine. It's like you wanted to do that. Oh wait, that doesn't have X in its name. Dang it! It's a 6 cost. What am I talking about? See what I mean by don't let me think after 10? It's bad times. Bad times. Starting with you, each player may put an artifact, creature, or enchantment, or land from their hand into the battlefield. Repeat this process until no one puts a card into the battlefield. Harsh. Eternal Witness. I think I pulled one of those before too. It's not a bad card. Turn a card from your just graveyard into your hand. Yep. Foresee. Scry 4, then draw 2. I mean, there are worse ways to get cards. But being able to get rid of the top 4 cards, if they're all bad, that's fun as shit. Reiterate. Not a bad card at all. Ooh, I definitely need some of these. I don't have enough angels. And just foil common. Did this? How long has she been flipped out there? I'm getting trash all over my pack space. Luckily it's just off camera. But to me it's just like, why? Why can't I just put a container right next to all this? I'd bump my mic so often if I did though. Having something above my table space that I'd be trying to reach over into. Be pretty. Destroy target, not one permanent. That's an uncommon. Uncommon. There we go. Gets +1/+1 for each spore counter on it. Exile a fungus card from your graveyard. Put a spore counter on each fungus on the battlefield. Oh, each fungus creature gets +1/+1 for each spore counter. Gotcha. Yeah. I know somebody who was interested in the merfolks. It's not me. Oops. Hopefully that's not the card I'm looking for. Didn't really bend it, just tweaked it a little bit. Okay. Well, that's another common. This is the uncommon. Okay. This year, do like this dude. Alright, you got like a million of this sad robot. Just looks more real with that face. Look at that big old baby face. Except it's not really a baby face because it's made out of metal. Just smooth as hell. Come on, come on. Uncommon, uncommon, uncommon. Nope. Just sworn on basic lands. And this guy. This guy, I'm kind of annoyed they printed like this. The old card was already kind of old and not like one of my favorites. Like I had a bunch from Theros and I was just slept on it hard. Never really used black too much. Then they're like, you know what? Let's make more. And I'm like, now I have to pull more of these guys? Come on. Just he was fine where he was. Now you're just flooding our pockets with them. I do like this Gaia's Anthem. It's just like Glorious Anthem for white, but this, now you could have two basically in Commander. One green, one blue. Or one green, one white. There's something I needed. Arceus the Strategist. There's that Arcades. Whatevs. It's that guy. It's a strategist. He's a cool guy. Flying Vigilance whenever creature with Defender enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. Each creature you control with Defender assigns quality damage equal to its toughness out on its power. It can attack as though it didn't have Defender. 3/5s are fun times. Slivers. Stuffed doll. I think I pulled one or two of those before too. Spyglass. Choose battlefield, look at the opponent's hand and choose any card name. Activate those. Okay, cool. And Lost Oromancers. Unimpressive uncommon. We're getting there. I think this is our last 6 packs coming out. Oh my god, did I really mess that one up? Yep. So many slivers, don't know what to do. So at the beginning of your upkeep, destroy the creature with the least power. It can't be regenerated. If 2 or more creatures are tied, you choose them. When there are no creatures on the battlefield, sacrifice it. So for 1, you just start killing the weakest shit? That's kind of cool. Investigate. The downside is, white tends to have some of the weakest shit. So you'd basically be killing a whole bunch of your tokens if you're running like that. You'd have to play probably, like, I guess, angel decks. Then it seems very non-angel-y to be killing all the weak stuff. They go, oh, hey, did you need some food? Did you need some support for your family? Well, guess what? You're gone. This is no place for you. Swamp Yard. We got the non-foil version of this. And Tygon Predator. Whenever deals combat damage to a player, you may destroy target artifact, enchantment that player controls. For 3, that's not bad. 2/3 flyers, already just not the worst card in the world. The fact that it destroys stuff, good times. Weed Sliver. There we go. Rift Knight. Slivers. Oh, nice. 2 uncommon slivers at once. Termagoyf. That's chill. That's, I think, now the best card I pulled out of this box. Better put that into a sleeve. And I think Ponder isn't terrible either. Even though it should be. There's tons of Ponders everywhere. I'll put a ponder in that just because I think it's worth money. Even though it's like, I think maybe it's just because it's like an older frame. The old frames tend to do a lot for value. There we go. Now I'm trying to pay attention to the uncommons and stopping one card before the uncommons. Bedlam Reveler. One free in your graveyard. Okay. Enters the battlefield, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. That's not terrible. It's not awesome either. Come on. This is the second to last pack. I definitely need to get a little bit more out of this box. 2, 3. Sliver. All slivers have this creature gets +1/+1 as long as you control swamp. All slivers have pay 1 black and regenerate. That's alright. Hey, an exquisite firecraft. I have one of these from I think it was from Origins, the one that I picked up. Yeah, deal 4 damage to any target. And if you have 2 or more instants and or sorceries in your graveyard, it cannot be countered. So, kind of bummer that sorcery speed and 4 damage, but yeah. When it came from Origins, I was like, this isn't the best card, but there's a lot of worse cards that are in this set. Definitely could have preferred something else when I did the pre-release. Alright. Each 1/1 creature you control gets +1/+0 or +2 till end of turn. Nope. Nope. No. No sliver. Alright. Well, got some good stuff. Look at the Termagoyf and a couple hollows in there. I'm gonna have to value some of these and see what's worth keeping and what's worth trading off. But thanks for checking in. I know this wasn't the most exciting of the box openings, but hey, not everything can be our pride